If a machine could produce guaranteed, repeatable excellence, say 100 perfect outcomes for every 101 attempts, what would its true market value be, devoid of emotion or contract constraints? Now take that concept and wrap it in flesh, blood, and a Detroit Tigers jersey. TKO just delivered back-to-back Cy Youngs, yet his employers argue he's worth less than $20 million. Are we witnessing mere prudent capitalism, or a dangerous, self-inflicted wound where an organization actively undervalues the singular asset that defines its entire future success, ensuring loyalty evaporates the moment the clock runs out? Welcome to 618 Radar, where we track the velocity of elite talent and the inevitable breaking point of corporate loyalty. If you feel, like we do, that the dirty word of arbitration is really just corporate theater designed to strip the dignity from the world's most elite performers, then you are absolutely in the right place. It is the season of arbitration again, that annual event where the veil drops and Major League Baseball teams, supposedly family institutions built on camaraderie and tradition, show their true faces as cold, transactional businesses. We all know the cynical truth. We are all, in a sense, selling our short-term value until the market moves on, and then we are thrown to the curb and replaced. But when you are operating at the peak of human performance, when you are not just good, but historically great, the indignity of the low-ball offer hits differently. When a player transitions out of their league minimum years, that meager $750,000 salary that rookie gets, a sum that sounds astronomical until you remember they are risking their bodies nightly for institutions making billions, they enter arbitration, the phase where they finally get a chance to negotiate their worth before hitting free agency. And every year, the teams show exactly how little they respect the human element. Take the Milwaukee Brewers and William Contreras. The numbers are almost comical in their pettiness. Contreras, one of the premier catchers in the National League, asks for $9.95 million. The Brewers counter with $8.55 million. That is a difference of $1.35 million. Now, to the average person watching this, $1.35 million seems like the entire world, and you hear the counter-argument immediately. Come on, these guys are making millions. They should be grateful. People are starving. And yes, context matters. But in the context of baseball, in the specialized, high-demand market Contreras operates in, as expert agent Mark Stern put it, the team is saying, "We value you as a top-5 catcher, but we are willing to risk poisoning the clubhouse and burning a long-term bridge over a percentage point of the payroll." It's not about the money. It's about establishing dominance, and that dominance comes with an emotional price tag. Contreras' Twitter reaction, just a simple wow with the sick face emoji, tells you everything about the frustration. He knows he's being devalued, even if he's still rich. But the Contreras case is child's play, a warm-up act, compared to the blatant, calculated disrespect shown to the reigning king of the mound, TKO. TKO made $10 million last year. After winning his first Cy Young, he stepped up his game, won another Cy Young. And not just another one, but a demonstrably better season, reducing his ERA to an astonishing 1.95 while increasing his strikeout rate to 11.8 per 9 innings. He is now asking for $32 million in his next arbitration year. And what do the Tigers, his current employers, offer the best pitcher in the world? A paltry $19 million. This is where the gloves come off and the numbers start screaming. $32 million is a massive leap from $10 million, absolutely. But if there is one player in the league right now who has earned the right to ask for a premium, it is TKO. But let's look at the Tigers' $19 million offer in context. We pulled the data. 69 players in MLB made more than $19 million last season. When we filter that down strictly to pitchers, 27 arms banked over $19 million. The argument here is simple. If $19 million is what you offer a generational talent, who else is in that $19 million bracket? The answer is insulting. Nick Martinez, a solid but unremarkable middle-of-the-rotation arm, finished last season with a 4.5 ERA. Luis Severino, another 4.5 ERA. Sean Manaea, a horrific 5.6 ERA. These are competent players, sure, but they are statistical galaxies away from TKO. And then there's the case of TKO's own teammate, Jack Flaherty, who made $25 million last year with a 4.6 ERA and actually led the league in losses. As Dr. Elena Voss, a sports economist we spoke to, succinctly stated, the $19 million figure for TKO is mathematically indefensible. Based purely on recent history, specifically his combined 15.1 WAR over the past 2 seasons, which dwarfs the median 3.8 WAR of that $19 million plus pitching bracket, $32 million isn't greedy, it's market correction. The $19 million offer is not an attempt to negotiate. It is an act of managerial negligence. What are the Tigers thinking? What argument can they possibly present in arbitration court against a player who has proven himself to be the unparalleled best in his field? He was too good? He must have cheated? The absurdity is maddening. And while the arbitration process is ongoing, TKO has been executing a masterclass in PR, showing up at Pistons games, Red Wings games, Lions games, visibly being the face of Detroit sports, essentially saying, "I love this city and these fans." He paints himself as the loyal hero, and the Tigers paint themselves as the cheap, heartless villains. The counter-argument, the cold, cynical business logic that the Tigers front office must cling to, goes like this. We are not going to pay TKO $400 million in free agency anyway. We cannot afford that, nor do we want to commit that kind of money in our current rebuild cycle. Therefore, since the future relationship is already dead, why should we pay him an extra $13 million now? Piss him off. What's he going to do? Pitch poorly and hurt his own value? But this is where the Tigers misunderstand the true cost, and this is the resolution to our initial open loop. The price of disrespecting TKO isn't $13 million. The cost is far greater. It's the destruction of institutional credibility. Every single player currently wearing a Tigers jersey, every future free agent they hope to sign, and every young star they draft is watching this negotiation. They are watching the Tigers tell a 2-time Cy Young winner in front of the entire league that he is worth less than mid-tier arms. The real plot twist here is that the lowball offer might not be about saving money in the present, but rather about justifying his inevitable trade exit. By anchoring TKO's publicly stated value lower, they prepare the ground for the trade, making the huge return they demand, reportedly half the Yankees' farm system, look marginally more palatable, arguing they are trading an unreasonable player. But they are failing to see the invisible line they are crossing. As the philosophical former player Doc Holliday once observed, when you trade away a legend because you refuse to value him, you don't just lose an arm, you lose the soul of your clubhouse, and you tell the city, we don't value greatness enough to keep it. The Tigers are technically following the rules of the collective bargaining agreement, yes, but they are doing so in the most mercenary, short-sighted way possible. They have chosen business optics over competitive passion, and that lack of respect is absolutely insane. It serves as a painful reminder that even the most elite human beings, those at the very peak of their profession, are nothing more than assets on a balance sheet waiting to be exploited until the day they are tossed aside. If this analysis of corporate greed versus athletic brilliance resonated with you, show your support by hitting that like button, sharing this video with someone who needs to see the cold reality of arbitration, and subscribing to 618 Radar for more deep dives into the dynamics of talent and money in professional sports. And tell me this, if you were the Tigers owner, knowing you won't sign TKO long-term, is the calculated risk of pissing him off with a $19 million offer actually worth the potential long-term damage to the team's reputation and locker room morale? Let us know in the comments below.